Hello everyone, welcome back to the Battlefield. Citron here. We have another Pauper video for you today. We are playing some Orzhov Blink. This deck is better than GlintBlade, I think. This is GlintBlade with chest hair. I don't think that'll be a good YouTube title, so I'm probably just going to write something else. But yes, GlintBlade with chest hair. This deck has so many 2-for-1s in it, and I just really wanted to play it. This was from a 5-0 deck dump a couple days ago. The only cards that aren't 2-for-1s are just the removal spells and the Choco. Everything else is a 2-for-1. They draw a card, they make your opponent discard a card, or they get stuff from the graveyard, which lets you to draw cards. So really powerful draw engine that could probably even outgrind the Jundius or the Jundex. The one thing I'm a little bit skeptical of is probably just the mana base. It runs a lot of untapped lands, which of course untapped lands in Pauper are normally one color. Well, actually all of them are. It's running these deceptive landscapes, which is just the cycle. So we're not running any green, so it is just getting a plains or a swamp. So in one Goldmire Bridge. So I'm just thinking about maybe this deck could do a little bit better with running a couple more Goldmire Bridges or some other tapped lands, because it looks like there's just, you needed like a white pip and a black pip. But if you're familiar with the channel, we play a lot of white weenies. So when you're playing Core Skyfisher, that's a white pip, but you're picking up something that's normally like a Novice Inspector, and then you're playing it again. So you normally need like 2 white pips in the game. So it's, or and even more, if you're doing that and then you're drawing cards and want to play a Thraven Charm more than a recommission, it's, yeah, everything's a 1 pip, but it's actually more than that. Now over the sideboard, it's a pretty general list. There's a couple one-offs, which is actually pretty cool to try out. We've got this Cast Down, Typhon Blade, a couple of the area effects. We've got the Arms of Hadar, Suffocating Fumes, one Hallow, which I have liked in the past for weenie list, and also just because we're quite vulnerable to, you know, just to deal 2 damage to everything, the Pyroclasm-esque effects. Hopefully Pyroclasm never becomes a common. That would be very scary and probably ruin my career on YouTube, I think, because all my decks would just fall to it. Anyway, a couple Dawnbringer Clerics, because this card is quite a good house, if to be honest. It's with ephemerate and all the blinks, it can do a couple different things, which is good. Destroy Evil, I'm a big fan of as well, with being able to destroy creatures like Terror matchups and just hanging Enchantments on top of the Dawnbringer Clerics. It's just very versatile. Lone Missionary is obviously the best creature, the cheapest creature that gains life. So ephemerating that against the burn deck, if you can, is very, very good. You play Lone Missionary, you gain 4 life. You ephemerate it, you gain another 4 life. Ephemerate comes back, you target, you gain another 4 life. So you're getting 12 life off 2 cards, which is pretty crippling for a burn deck. Especially with this deck, it takes a little bit of time to get off. And just 2 Dust to Dust, which I'm not too worried about, because I feel like this deck is so grindy and runs so much removal and extras in the sideboard that I think it would just roll over quite smoothly. So anyway, let's see if this deck is better than GlintBlade. I think it probably is, but we can try a couple matches and see how we go. If you do enjoy these videos, please feel free to like and subscribe. It does help the channel out a fair bit. And use my code word CIDRINE when you go through Mana Traders. That's what I use to play all these decks. I use the cheapest loan amount that they have on their website. And it's definitely a way just to take a little bit off, and you can play all these fun Pauper decks, which I obviously have lots of fun doing because I do it twice a week at least, minimum. Well, that's for how much I record anyway. Anyway, enough rambling. Let's get into the first match. I'll see you there. Alright, we're on the play. This hand is not keepable at all, sadly. This is better. We'll keep... It's still not that great though, but I really don't want to go to 5. They're mull to 6. You know what, let's actually mull to 5, because we don't have a lot for 3 turns. Alright, now we've got our mana. Ephemerate. I'm probably going to just bottom these 2. And then we can get a plains. It's still like not fantastic, but I think it is what it is. So let's just go... Hell, we could even just bottom this. Let's bottom this, because we might actually use this recommission if we discard blood tokens. Let's just... I want a plane, so let's just do this now. I know it's technically correct to wait until they're in step, but you know, dismember doesn't exist in this format, so just pass here. Alright, playing against red. Ooh, very nice. We're playing against some kind of heroic build, that's cool. I actually want to... This sounds absolutely nutso, but I'm actually going to... I guess we do play the Blood Fountain first, I guess. I'm just thinking about if we did it other ways, we could do Core Skyfisher, likely block. Bit more value this way. Let's play the Blood Fountain, because next turn, if we don't draw a land, we just Core Skyfisher and probably just pick up a land and then have the Ephemerate up or something like that. Or, I mean, this hand's probably a little bit clunky, to be honest. Refurbished Familiar would be a fantastic draw, because then we could just play Refurbished Familiar and then Ephemerate it. You know, block and then ephemerate. Mono red heroic is pretty cool though. No blocks obviously. Maybe even do a blood token and get rid of the ephemerate. I'm actually going to do that because we can recommission the Core Skyfisher. So I'm actually going to Alright, we need to get this Core Skyfisher online now. And it's not very good to ephemerate this core Skyfisher when we don't have anything else. So let's just do this blood token now. Let's just get rid of this ephemerate. See if we hit like anything else. Another land, okay. I mean, that's pretty good. So we'll just go land. Let's play this. We get the clue token, and then we're going to play the core Skyfisher bouncing the inspector. And this core Skyfish is just going to jump in front of this bus because it's likely we didn't have any removal. Oh, I guess we could just... Yeah, look, let's just bounce this. If they want to go all in on the emulating Soul Eater, then that's on them. That is on them. And we're definitely going to block that, though, if they want to use some Phyrexian Life just to make it big. So they can, yeah, essentially they can make it like a 10, almost a 10-10, and then they go, yeah, Teamer Battle Rage it, and then just get in. No attacks. Okay. So probably just lining up something good. And also they can just have How to Start a Riot, which is not fun either. Let us just crack a clue first, see if we get anything else interesting. Again, Refurbished Familiar would probably be a good draw. Just getting something out of their hand would be fantastic, I think. Okay, that's alright. We'll just play this Inspector. I think we say go ahead. Do we want to say that? No, let's just keep our flip blocks. We're going to lose our creatures, I feel, in a not too distant future. So hopefully this recommission actually works well. Furor of the Bitten. Okay, so attacks each combat if able. Yep, it's a 4/4. Yeah, I'll take with that, just that. They likely have something just to pump it up. Let's just block with... Just thinking about wanting to be able to play the Overseer, not the Recommission. Doesn't really do anything. Let's just block with the Favorite Inspector. Save some face and then we'll play some other stuff. They've got 2 cards left in their hand, so I don't think they actually have a lot. So I actually want to start getting the beats on with this Core Skyfisher. We need to draw some lands. And again, Refurbished Familiar, I think it's just going to be fantastic. None of that. At least we can go... Let's play this first and see what we hit. That is interesting. I think what we'll do is play the Swamp. Let's attack the Core Skyfisher. And then we likely can just block with that and ephemerate it. And then draw a card. I'm not too worried about these heroic decks running anything too crazy. Yeah, you just have to worry about this Soul Eater going crazy. And then they'll see just drawing land, so they can't actually really get us with the Soul Eater. So if they're just attacking with that, that's fine. We can block with the Overseer. They'll probably give it trample to some extent, but anyway, we'll block here. 4 damage, let's just try and ephemerate it. They pass priority. And we just draw a bunch of cards. They might run Bolt here, which is a fair cop. No, they don't. Okay. So we'll draw a card. Well, that's nice. And then we'll just target the Overseer again. In our little... Okay, they're playing another creature. Oh, they're just playing Simian Spirit Guard. Okay, so they don't have a lot going on. And if we draw a removal spell for this Hoplite... Just target the Overseer, draw another card. And I might even just block something with it this turn so we can recommission it and draw another card. Alright, well, let's cast down, which is absolutely phenomenal here. I feel pretty good here now, to be honest, with the cast down. So we can just play the other... We'll attack like this. We'll play the other Overseer and just keep cast down up. And then we'll block... We could probably just double block that and recommission, but we want these flyers to get through over time. Let's just play this. And yeah, if they... I'm happy taking 4 from this Ceto Hoplite. I really want to... Oh, that's a good card as well. It's all coming together now. I don't even want to crack this Blood Fountain either. So let's see how they attack. Everything. Okay. So in that case, let's just put 1 in front of each here. 1 here, 1 there. And then we can let them do their thing. But I think it's just unlikely, right, that they're going to do... Apostle's Blessing on the Chrome Crusader. That's interesting. Well, now I kind of feel like just casting that down. Maybe they have another Apostle's Blessing because they haven't really done any other things. Maybe we should have held on to it then. I don't know. There we go. Right, so they get their 1/1. They probably should have done that in their main phase. Alright, we take 4, but we've got these other creatures. And I feel pretty comfortable putting this away now. They're playing Kiln Fiend. Okay. There's 0 cards left though, so Team of Battle Rage isn't even that scary anymore. Okay, that's fine. Let's recommission first just this Overseer. Because again, a Refurbished Familiar is one of our best draws. Okay, there we go. Let's attack for 4. We'll play our 2 1-drops, and then we'll just keep up Clue Token versus Insight. We have to keep the Pain Train coming though. And we're on a really healthy 18. So let's play this and draw a card off this. Cast down would be phenomenal here. Another Core Skyfisher. I still kind of like the idea of playing... Oh, actually, Core Skyfisher we'll play. And then we'll just recast the Refurbished Familiar and draw another card. Because that card's just absolutely cracked. Yeah, there we go. Alright. It's probably a bit hard for them to do too well. I think we'd still bring the Untitled Blade because it's just that one card. That's annoying. Suffocating Fumes good. Answer Fidar are also good. I don't like the Pack Beast because we're probably going to be blocking a fair bit. Destroy Eels are Toughness, which doesn't really happen too much. I don't think Hallows matter. I could bring in some Clerics. They're probably better over the Helpful Hunters because they can block a bit better. I probably cut Recommissions. I feel like they're going to have some level of Graveyard stuff. I'm quite cut the Insight. The Blood Fountains, I think we cut as well. We basically just roadblock them with a bunch of 1-drops. So I think we bring in the Dawnbring Clerics because they're 1/3s. I don't want the Lone Missionaries. Maybe just keep the Hunters in because they draw a card. And like 2 more of these. And maybe just the Choker because it's a little bit cheaper. I just don't like the idea of that. Maybe let's just keep 1 recommission. I just have a feeling they might bring in some Graveyard Hate, which is probably fine anyway. But Arms of Fidar and Suffocating Fumes is just absolutely cracked against them. Especially if they go all in on Crowan. Okay, this is skeptical, but I think I keep this because we have a removal spell, we have a draw spell, and we're on the draw as well, so I don't think it's the end of the world. And they don't have a play straight up. Okay, well now we do have a turn 1 play, so we can play this. And Kiln Fiend's a 1/2 as well, so when you're playing against these kinds of decks, you have to treat them like Infect, and you can't actually deal with their stuff in combat. It's a really terrible idea. So you can try and get fancy with it all, but it just doesn't work. You're better off just doing it in your turn, you know? Looks like they just kept 1 lander, which is probably not the best thing to do. The problem with these decks is they do mulligan pretty badly, the Hot Dogs deck. And normally a Quorum Crusade is also a sideboard card. Because as you know, we've been playing a lot of this kind of deck. Yeah, so it's just better just to hit that now and try and see if we can get in or not with anything. So we'll play your land and let's just go cast, deal damage, bing bong. And hopefully they don't run Mutagenic Growth, which they might do. Okay, there we go. And we 2-for-1 them because they had to use the Lotus Petal to get that card out. But now I'm feeling pretty good here because we are able to play just the Helpful Hunter next turn. We got some blocks in. And yeah, there we go. All right, let's play another one. All right, we are on the draw. Oh, this hand. I actually think we mulligan it as well, to be honest. They kept 7. Look, I'll keep this. I think we just bottom a Seer. Refurbished Familiar is a little while away, but you know we can just get Swamp Plains. Another red deck. Okay, we're playing against... Oh, it's so good. That's sick. That's a common. I'm gonna have to write this deck down. That's sick. Let's just play this. I'll get a Plains just so you save some time. They might whiz through us quickly here because our hand's a little smidge clunky, but at least we can play Helpful Hunter next turn and maybe block something. Making that a 3-2 with Menace, though, is cracked. Maybe it runs like... It's got 2. Let's go. Get in there. So they go like land Mog Fanatic, the true classic, the true Pauper All-Star from back in the day. This person knows what they're doing with these mountains, you know? That's what you want. Alright, they're going to land here. Let's... Look, we're going to play the Ancient Den Helpful Hunter because it's going to make Refurbished Familiar a little bit easier to cast. Yeah, so now we can play this and go 2 on the Refurbished Familiar. We're obviously not going to be blocking any of those creatures anytime soon. But at least we can Refurbish Familiar Ephemerate end of turn if they tap out. Yeah, we're obviously not blocking these. We can't do anything about that. And let's just try and... If they tap out, let's just try and get rid of their critical mass. And maybe we can catch them out with if they play something like a lightning bolt or something like that, then we can... Ooh, there's another one. Oh, it costs 3, doesn't it? Is it better just to play something else then? No, it costs 2. Don't mind me. I'll keep this back to be like the idea of we're going to block 2. And then I want them to do some shenanigans so we can essentially ephemerate this Refurbished Familiar. It's a real stretch. Oh, Apostle's Blessing, Jesus. Jeez Louise. Alright, another Goblin Blast Runner. Yeah, there's a Lava Dart. So now we'll just ephemerate this. I mean, the Lava Dart does go to the bin, which is annoying. But at least we get a hit off this. This comes back. And we'll probably just block one, to be honest. Well, actually, they're probably just going to... Yeah, Lava Dart that, and it'll become 3/2s. It's a lot of damage. They skipped their combat. That is rough. We'll see if they want to keep playing, because I know what they mean. It doesn't feel that good. Let's just bring in all these Dawnbringer Clerics, Lone Missionaries. So it's going... That card's sick. It's good that they had so many of them. I think we bring in Hallows because we can redirect. I don't really like the Suffocating Fumes. Let's cut the Chocos. Overseers are a little bit gross. I don't like the Blood Fountains. I'll probably cut an Ephemerate as well. And just these Salt Roads. Keep one in. Yeah, the Overseers aren't fun. These Reach Commissions aren't too bad though. Cut the Eviscerators and Sides, yeah, like that. Just getting rid of all like the clunky draw stuff. We're going to be trading with them. If we get to the mid game, we're going to win, essentially. So that's what we'll do. Yeah, it's a shame they misclicked there. They actually had heaps of damage on board there, so... I don't know if Hallow's good though, either, but I think we'll give it a crack. Alright, we're zooming in on this game 2 here. Let's look at this hand. These pearly whites. This hand's good. We'll keep this. We can just go get a Plains. Swamp, play the Lone Missionary, and then bing bang boom, we're good to go. Even better if we draw Plains here. Oh, look at that. We have to be mindful of the red cards that obviously destroy our artifacts, but luckily our hand's not that crazy. And now we can get up to Arms of Hadar, so if we survive, there's obviously some burn deck that requires lots of the Sly cards, a bit like Mono Red Rally. So yeah, if they want to hit that land, okay, they just want a Reckless Impulse. That is fine with me as well. So what do they hit? Mountain, Jesus. Well, we're getting lucky with these drops, that's for sure. Let's just go Swamp. I know I meant to just do this post-combat, but it's just easier to do it all now. Get in for 1, pass. And now we can keep up Cast Down or Clue Token. And this is really just, it's almost like a time walking away because they just pay 2 mana to get 2 mountains and they got another mountain. I'm really keen to fire off an Arms of Hadar. We're probably even still going to, because they obviously have the sack effects. Let's go land. How much does this cost? Pay 2. I think we just play the Refurbished Familiar again to discard a card. Do exactly what we did last time. I am going to go get a Plains because our deck is mostly white stuff. Besides this in the Blood Fountain, we cut the Blood Fountain and we'll just pass. So yeah, we're not going to attack. Discard a Metamorphose. So they obviously some kind of Storm deck-ish kind of style. Definitely going to hit up an Arms of Hadar though. Oh, they're going to play the Kiln Fiend. Okay. So this is where they're likely going to have something like a Mutagenic Growth. So we'll just take these, that's fine. So weird, we're just playing like another mono red heroic list, which is, or like, you know, heroic-esque. So they're running this with the lava darts as a way to just get more damage in. Alright, well we're going to play this, and then we've got to fire off this Arms of Hadar. Because this will mean, worst case, it takes out 2 creatures in a mutagenic growth, and then they have 1 card in their hand. So this might dispel, yeah, this is what I thought they might have had in their hand, but that's kind of fine as well. We just cast down it next turn. Just attack for 2. That card did a very good job for us. And we can just, yeah, they can crash you, that's fine. The old 4-2. I mean, they might just hit a Team of Battle Rage and get us. They might just do it. We're on 22 though, so it's not, you know, we're not doing too badly. It's crazy that this deck can still just like win here. It could have just held a Team of Battle Rage. It's got Lava Dart, okay. It's probably just hitting us. Bolting us. And then I guess it's got Trample. But it's not lethal though. Unless they have another Lava Dart in their bin. We're going to block this because we're not savages. And then we can bring it back as well. So yeah, we want to kind of survive. So here I kind of just want to play, what else do they have in there? Can they flash back anything? No. So here I'm probably just want to use the cast down, I think. The exiling doesn't matter too much unless they have lava darts, and then they can just use that. I think what we'll do is, of course, Scarfish, bring that back, and I think let's just attack for 2. Let's recommission first. Let's just recommission Lone Missionary, because that'll be an absolute house. Tap like this, and then we'll play. We just do Charm, because I think the cast down is a little bit better, because they might have Apostle's Blessing. They might have Apostle's Blessing us for something, and now we got a bunch of life. There we go. All right, let's play another one. All right, we're on the play for this one, which is good. Look, this hand's all right. It's got interaction. Wouldn't mind like a Blood Fountain, I guess, but we're just gonna start with the Vault of Whispers in case we draw another, like an Ancient Den or another Vault of Whispers. Then we can just play these Refurbished Familiars from the next turn. And I'm playing against Jund. Okay, so this is obviously not as good. We need to draw another land now. Otherwise, why doesn't Threadman Charm have a 4th mode where you can just draw an extra card? That would be fantastic. Alright, so we're not doing anything, they're not doing anything. Helpful Hunt is better than nothing. Hopefully we just hit a land now. Come on, land. Give me a land. That is not a land. So this is not good. With so much interaction though, but I'd be curious how we go against this deck. I mean, they normally run Crackland Shaman, and we do run a lot of flyers, so that doesn't matter as much. I mean, they can definitely Tithing Blade that. I don't really care about that. Really what we want, and at least now we have a play, we can recommission the Helpful Hunter and get a 2-2. But ideally we want to have another land, really. Another land so we can actually start playing some of this stuff. We've done a lot of draws. Come on, deck, give me a land. That's not a land. Alright, we're going to have to go to discard, which is very tragic. We just get rid of one of the 3 Thraben Charms in our hand. It's wild because this game's going to be very much attributed to attrition, and discarding to hand size is not where you want to be. Sticky Tongue Sentinel. I've seen this deck before, I think. Yeah, so it is like a Flicker version, but they're just running all this other stuff on top. They can Lightning Bolt that, that's fine. A 3/3 with Reach is pretty good here. Well, I don't want to go to discard, so let's just cast down that creature. So at least we're not going to discard anything. And then hopefully we draw some lands. That's all we can really ask for. I am liking the idea of bringing some Dust to Dust against this deck with all their artifact lands. Alright, there's Chrysalis. We knew that was going to come at some point. We are going to try and hit that sooner rather than later. I think likely though they're going to be running... Maybe we just cast down on our turn because they might just sacrifice it using the offering. There might just be a blink version with these cards, but... Okay, well this changes things. Yeah, because now we can play a Refurbished Familiar and then play a second Refurbished Familiar, which is absolutely cracked. And then we can use cast down on this Chrysalis next turn. Alright, they just got lands in their hand, maybe. How do you like 2, eh? Toxin analysis, okay. Makes me think they might have a Cryclan Shaman in their hand, maybe. This is a fantastic start. This deck, though, if they're running, you know, okay, that's fine. We knew that was coming anyway. Get rid of on these Refurbished Familiars. I know why they sacked the Spawn there, though. I don't know, a bit suspect. Don't want to use this cast down just yet. What's this? It's another Chrysalis. Fantastic stuff. Okay, this is going to be a little bit choppy now. 2 Chrysalis kicking around. Well, it's better than nothing. We'll play this Novice Inspector. Get a clue token. And we're just very likely just going to cast down this Chrysalis on our turn. Because we can't even use this Thraben Charm. Because if we did have an untapped White Source, I'd probably Thraben Charm the other Chrysalis with a Spawn token on the stack, I'd say. Alright, let's target that. Drawing cards is good. And I have 3 cards. Yeah, this cast down is going to be directly related to this Wrathing Chrysalis. We'll settle in for a long game, everyone. Alright, they did the correct play in putting it on there. Familiar. Okay. Mike's going to get rid of this Summon Choco. It's not very good. It's just a bit clunky here, to be honest. And yeah, let's just cast down this Chrysalis. They got to attack with both. Yeah. Ideally, I would have rather crack a clue that turn, but you just can't get through all this. Really wish I had the other cast down for this Chrysalis, but we'll see how we go now. Weather Storm. Okay. I'm fine with them having that main deck because it's not... I feel like that's not how these games are going to finish up. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's going to be... I think we just play the Pack Beast. I'm going to play the Pack Beast. I think how this deck's going to shore up in the end is whoever has card advantage. Yeah, let's just pass. This Deceptive Landscape might be discarded. But now we have 3 creatures. I'm happy to take 5. Because we can Thraben Charm this Chrysalis if we're careful. Don't get me wrong, Weather Storm's good. It's a fantastic card. Okay, we just take this. And we should strategically use these Thraben Charms. Okay. That is not good for us. I mean, they do have to sack some, like, their lands, essentially. And they're doing it now? Okay. I think they screwed up on that. Yeah, they got the freeze here. Yeah. Alright. Alright, we're on the play, which is fantastic for us. Oh, this hand. We can't keep this. It doesn't do a lot. This hand's better. Again, it's a little bit slower. I think what we'll do is we'll still cut... yeah, we're going to cut a Novice Inspector because we're going to go just land planes and then Inspector into likely... Well, then we'll have 2 artifacts and we'll play Refurbished Familiar. It's always better to bounce the Refurbished Familiar over the Novice Inspectors, but yeah, we'll play this just to save time. We'll just go to planes. No one's really running these Deceptive Landscapes, you know, everyone's playing the other ones, so the Esper ones or what have you. Yep, there's another mountain. We're playing lots of red today, and that's okay. That is fine with me. Some variety would be interesting, though. Anyway, we're going to play, and it sounds crazy, but we're actually going to play the Vault of Whispers, because the whole sole reason is that we might draw into another Refurbished Familiar, or a Vault of Whispers into, you know, Refurbished Familiar or something like that. So, or we draw like another artifact land, and then we can play Refurbished Familiar, and then maybe ephemerate it or something like that. So, I don't know. There's a couple of different things, and I guess we need to draw 2 cards to do that. It depends on what we draw. The old Kessig Flame Breather. Okay, so we're just playing this Rally Red here. Very keen to get this off the board if possible. We're not going to play this Choco straight away. I think what we do is just play the Refurbished Familiar, honestly. It's just such a busted card. And it's also because they're a Madness deck, so we may as well play this while they're tapped out, so we're not going to get anything too crazy from them. Alright, Lava Dart. Fantastic card to discard. So we're playing against a deck that's obviously great against discard. We're just going to pass. And yes, maybe we get something good, who knows. These 2 black sources do kind of stuff up doing a Core Skyfisher, returning Novice Inspector. We might just be playing the Choco next turn anyway. So we're doing Fiery Temper, just at face it should do. Our best card here is probably just a cast down though. We need to get rid of this Kessig Flame Breather pretty quickly. We do have heaps of life gain though in our deck. Madness, get it all done. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wow, that's heaps of damage for 3 mana. I think we're pretty barbecued this game unless we draw something very good. Has to be very, very good. Right, Thraben Charm. Thraben Charm. Let's attack the Refurbished Familiar, because if they want a Lava Dart in response, then at least we can... I actually have attacked the Novice Inspector as well. Okay, they just took it. I should have attacked with the Novice Inspector as well, but I guess then they could have blocked. I think I'm going to pass. This sounds absolutely crazy. I could have also just forced them... I could have forced them to use the Lava Dart now so they had less mountains. And try and hedge that they just have a very low land count. And then they can't do a lot more. Another Flame Breather. None of these cards in our hand are really going to help us here, though. Oh, this is... Oh, goddamn, this is like another Lava Dart. Okay. I think now we're actually exiling the graveyard. It's a really cooked play, though. So Lava Darting us. Okay. Yeah, we're just pretty cooked. Because this Refurbished Familiar essentially has to live, and they have this other Lava Dart. So I should just play the Choco that turn. Gone in with both and called it a day. Alright, I don't think they're going to use this Lava Dart, so let's just try and get rid of one of these. If they do, they do. I think the only way we're going to win this is if we screw them over with lands. They missed a mountain here. I don't think they're going to Lava Dart us. I think that's absolutely insane. They still win with an untapped bolt. Okay, yeah, so just put the Fear of God on them a little bit. Ryan, that's all you need to do. Well, let's play land. Let's attack with both and then play the Core Skyfish and then replay the Refurbished Familiar because they're not going to hit this dart out. Yeah, they're not going to block that. Or maybe they do. They don't. Okay. Let's play this. And then this doesn't target, so they have to do it now, essentially. We'll pick up this, play this. We essentially die to, what this is, 1, 2... Yeah, basically any bolt in their hand gets us. It was a 3, 4, 5, 6. Just have another Kessig Flame Breather. Okay. Yeah, I think this game is essentially a wash, but we have very good sideboarding in the form of multiple Dawnbringer clerics and lone missionaries. So we bring in all of these in Hallow, cast down, probably bring in Untitled Blade as well. I mean, they could just have a hand filled with lava darts. So this is 1, 2, then 3, 4, 5, 6. So they need to just have like any burn spell here, and then they're good to go. Yep, that will do it. All right, let's try a game 2. We do have more life gain. We need to be a little bit faster. Actually, I'm going to cut these refurbished familiars because that sounds absolutely insane, but they're not that actually good here. Take out the blood fountains because they're more for grind. We'll bring in the Dawnbringers, Hallow, lone missionaries. How much more room? I can see taking out inspiring. Oh, I guess they gain a life, and if they take a dart, that's fine. The Thraber charms feel a lot worse as well, though, which is my issue. I want 1 cast down. Maybe just cut Assault Road and do this. See how this goes. Fair bit of life gain, fair bit of 2-drops. I guess I could have cut some 2-drops, but I like the idea of being able to just flicker the lone missionary to death and then recommission it back, and then if they choose to dart it and just keep doing it. Ephemerate's going to be a very powerful card because it essentially says 1 mana gain 6 life or whatever, or gain 8 life, which is how we win this game. And then we just hopefully destroy them with some flyers. Oh, we'll take out this Eviscerate. Oh, no, too late. I was hoping to take out the Eviscerators. I didn't see that before. So Eviscerators isn't that good, sadly. Alright, let's go. This hand is, look, it's keepable. We've got some life gain. I wish we didn't have this Eviscerators in sight. I wish it was, I mean, it was probably going to be another Assault Road Pack Beast, which is pretty funny. But this is a pretty quick hand. We're going to go, this Raven Charm is going to be left behind a little bit, but with Raven Spectre we're going to go Plains into Swamp into probably just the lone missionary, because if we choke her, where at least it's a 3-2, they can get through most of their stuff. Whilst the Keswick Flame Breathers, if they play that, it's just going to brick all these two, even if we anthem them. So, alright, let's just do the Plains again. Play, go get a Plains. Pass. Alright, Budara and Epicure. Now I feel a little bit better about just playing a Dawnbringer Cleric and just gain some life. Because I don't want to play the Missionary into that, it's just going to die a horrible, painful death. Yeah, let's just use our mana the best. Play this, gain some life. We'll pass. Hopefully we just draw a land next turn so we can actually do something. That would be fantastic. Hell, if you draw a land next turn, I probably would even just play Thraben Inspector, Eviscerators inside the clue token. The old highway robbery. Well, it can't attack, which is good for us. Alright, Bolt of Whispers. Yeah, so that's what I'm walking. Let's attack for 1. And we'll play the Thraben Inspector, and we just keep up 2 black, because they might have an exiling effect for our Vault of Whispers, maybe, if they brought in some artifact hate, and then we can sack it, or we can just sack the clue token or something like that. I want to Eviscerate inside here because it draws an extra card, and when we're not, this isn't like a long con kind of thing where we want to just look at our resources very carefully. Essentially, we want to get stuff on the board and get to more life gain and get that on the board. So we want our mana for this, because then we can also be able to double spell. So the clue token, sadly, is probably going to go. Unless they decide to destroy the Vault of Whispers, which is a very real thing that they can do. There it is. Keswick Flame Breather, eh? And also drawing 2 here, hopefully just gets us to something a bit closer to get rid of this Flame Breather. Check the sideboard that we did. Yeah, did bring the Untitled Blade. I was thinking about not bringing the Untitled Blade anyway because I was very mindful of them running, like, you know, they could run the Sneaky Snacker and stuff like that. So this just allows us to not get blown out by that, because I think doing that just time walks us, you know. Okay, Hallow is a fantastic draw, but we need more planes, which is our issue. We're very tight on planes here. I think what I even might do is play this and just tap now to try and get something going. Could have, I guess, kept something into Charm. Okay, this is, as the French say, not very good. we might even be forced to use the Thread and Charm just to hit the Keswick Flame Breather next turn. We're on a healthy amount of life, but yeah, just with bolts, it's just not going to be fun. Alright, hitting the Dawnbringer Cleric, that's interesting. I guess I know that we have ways to flicker it, but like flickering that is just 2 life. And if we draw planes, it's ultimately the best draw. We can just play Lone Missionary next turn and just hold up Raven Charm and just get rid of this Flame Breather. Also, then bolting one of my creatures is like fantastic. Yeah, hit us with that Highway Robbery, that's pretty good. 1/1, draw a bunch of cards. Yoof. These Flame Breathers have to go first. Be curious what they actually get rid of if they discard a land versus something else. They discard. They choose to discard, which is a grab the prize. Okay. A Mountain they drew. Again, very likely. If we get rid of these Flame Breathers, I think we're in a very good place. We've got 2 cards. We're on 18, and we have like 8 life in our hand and a Hallow. Yeah, it's not looking too bad at this game. Okay, there we go. We've got our other planes here. So, I think what we do... I mean, I did get rid of one of our creatures. This uses our mana the best. Let's just play another Thraben Inspector. And then we'll crack a clue on their end step. You just keep all this open. Because I also wouldn't mind drawing another planes, so we can triple spell. And we're very lucky that they drew another mountain here. They probably should have kept it and just cycled this bod token so they got something else with it, but... Oh, they're doing it now, so that makes me think they have another mountain in their hand. It was a Fiery Temper. Okay. Hey, look, that's fine with me. I'm happy with a Fiery Temper. And now, yeah, they only got 1 card left in their hand. I think we're a bit lucky with their slower draw this time around. But yeah, we need to get these off the table, otherwise we're just going to lose. If I was them, I probably would have rather discard the mountain. You know, you got 5 now, you know? I mean, are they just doing this to... Do they have a Fire Blast? 4, 5, 6? It's not exactly enough. A plane to be a phenomenal draw. I think we can turn the corner pretty quickly though. Alright, come on deck. Give me your planes, please. That's what I want. Planes, 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 planes. I mean, that is not terrible. It's actually quite good. But planes, yes, please planes. Give me your planes. Okay, Overseer. Let us just Thraben Charm one of these, because they're just getting a bit crazy now. And then depending on what they do, we'll probably just Hallow. I think they have a Fire Blast because they're thinking about, do I just sacrifice these mountains now and try and hope we draw something else? It is. So this is 6. So we still play the Lone Missionary here. They don't have any Lava Darts they can kill us on the spot. No, they don't. Go to 2. That one goes away. And we'll play this. We can't attack because they can probably just double block and we'll pass. If we weren't so cut up on these pips, we would actually have probably a fighting chance. really playing just lock it up. Steering blade is probably just on the missionary. Yeah. That's right. It's more where that came from. I mean, very much not out of the woods, but I think even here now, it might be worth it just to learn missionary and ephemerate it. Now, let's play the overseer first. And we just ephemerate that, to be honest. Still got a hallow as well. Let's ephemerate now. Nothing will get us this turn with this. Just another Raven Charm. We've been very... It's been very sad, and we're not even doing anything else. We're just on 6 and just... But we have so much life gain, you know? And we have Hallow and Low Missionary, and... We'll target this overseer. Try and just draw another card, gain a life. Yep, that happens. Sweet. Alright, we draw an Ancient Den. That's okay. Now we're cooking with gas here. So now I actually want to play the Choco. I'll play. Let's cast down this first. And we probably don't play the Choco yet. Let's play the Lone Missionary and the Inspector and then attack with these 3. We just play this and then, yeah, we'll get it. We're on 11 now. Yeah, there we go. Death by Inspector. I don't think we change anything. All the other cards went good. I think the Summon Chocos are still fine. All the other cards aren't that good. I think we were lucky there. I mean, we run a fair few lands. I guess we only run 20. It's probably not enough. You really need the helpful hunters to really get there. Or you need to have Inspector into a second land to draw into a third. But it does feel like this deck should run a couple more, probably. This mana's been so strange in this deck. I don't actually know what's going on with it. Probably need some level of cycle lands, but we'll have to mull this. This hand is better. No life gain, which makes me a little bit sad. I think I want the Inspectors, and it's slow. We'll probably end up losing this because of that, to be honest. I can't really imagine going to 5. I think these should really just be the... Because sacking doesn't really matter too much in this deck. Let's bowl doing Faithless Looting on turn 1. Alright, so they are running Sneaky Snackers. They are. Can't do anything about that one. We're just going to put a Plains in. Say go. So they must have a way to get back. And a Lava Dart. That was a pretty good Faithless Looting, to be honest. We'll pass. Into a Swamp as well. Next turn. It's funny because they almost don't want to because it's we need all these white pips. And it was so hard to draw white pips last game. I think they should run some level of cycle lands, I think. That's interesting. Okay. I actually want to Thraben Charm their graveyard here. I think we just wait. We don't need to do anything crazy. They're probably going to do something specific to us. But if they discard something... And the Sneaky Snack is going to be such a headache if it stays in play. But yeah, I can't see them wanting to Lava Dart. So maybe they kept a very weird hand. I mean, 10 of auto yields, and yeah, we'll still just they have to discard first. This is what I was hoping they were doing, but it's, you know, it's not exactly the best for them. 2 darts, yeah. So now we can just exile the graveyard. Get rid of the Sneaky Snacker in 2 darts. Even them using a dart's fine. Get rid of a mountain if you want, but now they lose 2 darts in the sneaky snacker. That's a pretty good value, to be honest. Cool. And now we delayed ourselves a turn, but now we're not dealing with a sneaky snack every game. Let's just play this, and then I guess we could have played Core Skyfish to pick up the planes, and then played again to get the Inspector. But I want my swamp out, because if they just go on their turn, if they go whatchamacallit, gutter snipe or whatever, which they probably would have if they drew it. You go Reprise with Madness. That's pretty good. Let's flick this so I can F6 here. Let's just do this now. Get a swamp. We can Core Skyfish and pick up the planes and what have you. And then let's just try and get stuff on the board, I guess. We do need to get some life gain though. We are on 15 and our clock's pretty atrocious. Okay, so Road Pack Beast. Let's attack for 1. Let's play the Skyfish and play an Inspector, and if we draw a land next turn, we can play the Salt Road Pack Beast. And then potentially race them out. So we'll play this, pick up the planes, play the planes. Play the planes, play the Inspector. And then, yeah, hopefully land into Pack Beast into Summon Choco is what we get here. Cracking a clue next turn is something I do not want to do. They look a little bit flooded as well, to be honest. Looks like we're just going to be in some Fire Blast territory very soon, I think. Deceptive Landscape. Let's just attack and just play the Salt Road Pack Beast. We do need to find some life gain, I think. Otherwise, we're going to lose this game. Let's play this. Play this for 3. Okay, another land. And what's this? 6, 7, 8. So we have them on a 2-turn clock. So the Choco doesn't really matter here too much. 8, 12. Yeah, I think they have Fire Blast in their hand. I think that's what because they're playing a lot of their mountains as well. So I have a feeling they have 2 Fire Blasts in their hand. So we're on a pretty low amount as well. In which case we probably want to keep this cast down for a rainy day. They might even have 3 Fire Blasts. Let's play. We'll attack. Obviously don't have any Searing Blazes, otherwise they'll cast it. And I'm fine just cracking a clue, to be honest, and just seeing if we get anything specific. Helpful Hunter. So what's this here? 4, so it's 8, and if they burn this, then it's going to be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's still going to get them. I actually want to keep the cast down in our hand, because I want to hit whatever if they play anything specific. Highway Robbery. I'm going to also cast down one of their creatures as well. They don't know we have a Summon Choco in our hand either. Safari Tempering. This is going to be the tell if they put it towards the camel and they go into face as well. Okay. I mean, they've got a lot of cards in their hand. Faithless Looting. It's interesting. We're on 12. But again, if we survive this, so this drops us to 9, but then 2 Fire Blasts doesn't do it. So this is the win for us then. Yeah, 2, 4, 7. Yeah, we got Exactsies if they want to bolt the Salt Road Pack Beast. Do it to us. Oh, they do have a Lava Dart in their graveyard actually, so we're actually, if they do have 2 Fire Blasts, then they got me. It's a GG. They do. There we go. That is fair enough, opponent. Exactly the right amount of mountains. Yeah. We don't have anything in our deck that can save us here. Maybe we're meant to try and play something else, I guess, but that was close. That was fun. That was very close, but it was fun. Yeah, okay, we didn't have any life gain coming anyway. Alright, so let's just wrap up time. So this was the deck. I really did like this deck. I thought it was really cool. There were some clunky aspects that I felt, such as the mana. Really, it's just all the white and black lands just straight up, and then they're running 3 Deceptive Landscapes and 1 Goldmire Bridge. It probably would benefit from running like a couple more Goldmire Bridges. You could put even some Eagles in, because this deck is very predominantly a white deck, and then you just need 1 black pip for a couple cards and a couple sideboard cards, and there's none of them a double white pip. And when you think about this deck, yes, it looks like there's only the Dust to Dust that are actually double white pips, but you're normally going Novice Inspector, Core Skyfisher. When you're playing Core Skyfisher, you're picking up Novice Inspector to play it again, so you do need a lot more white pips. So I think probably, I mean, they are running a lot, but it needs to be more dual lands, to be honest. And I don't really get the idea of a Deceptive Landscape. Like, they could just literally be the artifact land also with the bridge. Outside of that, I do like this form of deck more than the GlintBlade list. Ephemerate is just a very powerful card, and I think being able to play that in most things is going to be pretty busted. And it's cool that it even resets Summon Tracker, which we didn't really get to. We played a lot of red decks today, and I think this deck performs well against red decks. But that last game, they just got us. We had them on the crack back, and they had the discard straight into a Lava off the top, which is, it happens, I guess. Cyber-wise, I don't think I'd probably change much. You probably could add some level of Duress or something like that. Again, there's a lot of blink. You don't really want to ephemerate and try and do something with the Mesmeric Fiend. I think that's a little bit too cute. Yeah, these little one-offs could change a little bit. Like, you could even cut this Inviscerat's Insight and add another cast down and remove this, because you are running a lot of draws in other ways. Like, you're running Overseers, Familiars, 8 Inspectors. This Insight probably doesn't feel that good here. Or you just want that Gains Life if this feels a little bit slow and you're trying to get up to your bigger draw stuff. I mean, everything draws a card in this deck, so just a little bit of food for thought, I guess. Yeah, a couple tweaks, but I think this deck is better than GlintBlade anyway. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.